Hi guys, this is Craig from MobileTechTalk and we are finally looking at the Samsung Galaxy S9. Here it is. I think this is the S9, not the S8. I'm pretty sure it's the S9 because it says so there. I wouldn't know otherwise. However, there are a few things that obviously kind of call this out. Number one is the fact that depending on where you're buying it, you're obviously going to get a Exynos 9810 or a Snapdragon 845. So there's that, which is obviously going to give you an iterative speed bump from the previous versions. You've also got something a little bit different in terms of the camera here. So let's just quickly go through the specs while I kind of show you this. So show you the camera. We're looking at that Snapdragon or that the Exynos processor I mentioned. We are looking at a Quad HD plus 18:9 aspect ratio display. We are looking at a 12 megapixel camera with optical image stabilization on the back with an 8 megapixel autofocus camera, selfie camera on the front, and we're looking at 4 gig of RAM with a 64 gig internal storage here. We're also looking at wireless charging again, which is something that Samsung does all the time, which I'm quite happy with. Qi wireless charging, no problem with that, and a 3000 milliamp hour battery, which I do have a problem with, but I'm sure it's absolutely fine. So let's just go and have a look. I can't draw an unlock pattern because I don't know what the unlock pattern is. What a good guess. So that was the first time I've tried to do that, so thumbs up on the video for that because that's amazing. So what is different about this device? So the camera is different. We're going to try and show you this. So if I move this into let's try and move it into Pro mode, which I can't at the moment because it's taking so long. Pro mode. So there'll be something here relating to aperture. And what you have got is the ability to change the aperture. So this is Pro mode that you get on basically every phone. But what this will actually do is let's just see if I can actually do this.
A few moments later.
So the aperture is going to change from f1.5, really wide aperture, to f2.4. So basically it's going, if you don't have it in Pro mode and you just have it in normal mode, auto mode, effectively what will happen is it will selectively look at the scenario in which you're trying to take the photo, and when you've got low light it's obviously going to open the aperture and try and get as much light into there as possible, and when you're actually in a normal daylight it's going to close the aperture a little bit to try and control that light a little bit more that's getting into the lens. So that's the main change. You've also got, and I'm going to try and do this, a super slow mode. So this is going to deliver, I mean it kind of tells you, but this is going to deliver 960 FPS. I don't know whether I can, but I'm going to try. So we've actually taken a shot here, and you can see if I start this again, so it's not a very good shot, but I've taken a shot. You can see people walking, and then about to hit the 960 FPS slow-mo now, and everything slows to a halt. Then it picks up again, and people walking. So this is quite nice to kind of create some quick content on your smartphone and then upload it. And there's the 960 FPS kicking in again. Obviously you will see a little bit of noise creeping in, a little bit of degradation of the quality, but overall it's quite a nice little feature to have. So Galaxy S9, it's the same as an S8 with a different aperture and super slow-mo. It also has AREmojis, but I refuse to show you that. This speaker's tuned by AKG, and you've still got your little Bixby button on the side for those people who use Bixby. But it feels a lovely device. The S8 felt a lovely device. This is a lovely device. Let's just see exactly how well it does and whether people go for this or whether they go for the S9 Plus with the slightly bigger battery, slightly bigger screen. Okay, this is Craig from MobileTechTalk, and we'll see you on the next one.